So my mom lives in South Bend, Indiana, and I'm here in Florida. And my mom was healthy, walking 3 miles a day, completely independent. She started to develop a little bit of a lingering cough. That's when she decided to go see if it was something a little bit more going on. I was on the phone and I heard the doctor say that she had stage 4 lung cancer. I was just in shock, and I was like, what did they just say? That the cancer had already spread to her lymph nodes, her liver, and her bones. And I immediately was just like, how do I believe that God is so good? And I know he's so good, but this is so bad.
When my Nana was diagnosed with cancer, I had a lot of mixed emotions. I was very scared for her, as most people would be. Personally, for me, my relationship with God was really shaky. I just didn't feel his presence. And it was just hard to watch my family take the next steps in their faith and in their relationship. And I just didn't know how to. My mom had to go help my Nana and go to Indiana, which she had good intentions to, but I felt very alone.
She got through her first chemo treatment, and then she was back in the hospital. After her second chemo, she was completely dependent on oxygen and just really weak. The cancer was still spreading. So at that point, we made the tough decision to put her on hospice. And I asked him, how long do you think that we would have? And he said, I don't think you have that long.
I shut down. At first, I didn't want to process what was going on. And I guess that's like when I really turned my back on God.
I knew my mom was always a woman of faith, but to see her walk through this season, she couldn't get up out of bed, but to watch her still worship him and thank him when she didn't have the words, it was so beautiful.
We decided we were just going to make every day count. And we would do daily devotionals.
I know it was no coincidence that we were starting our 21 days of fast. And we got her there to our worship living room sessions.
And I remember just feeling the presence of God. I had had a scan prior, and I was going in for the results the following week, and I just felt at peace.
I came in with expectancy. I knew that God was going to show up for us. He's been showing up for us.
And one of the pastors talked about coming up to get prayed for and to go with a boldness. If you're in the back of the room, go with a boldness. And my daughter Lorraine came over and said, are you ready? People just stepped aside to let me go through.
My mom went to get my Nana for prayer, and I was in a room of people that I didn't quite know, and I felt like I needed to pray. I put my hands out to show that I'm surrendering.
I came back and she was just sobbing.
I realized that I didn't just need God, I wanted God in my life. And in that moment, I made the decision to walk up and give my life to God.
A couple days later, we had the appointment with her oncologist to go over the scans, and I didn't put any limitations on God.
As we were sitting in the office waiting for the doctor, he comes in and he says, you're in remission. We were all in shock.
We went from a poor prognosis to my mom gets to walk in freedom.
I truly believe there is somebody like Jesus witnessing some of the things that he's just done in my life and my Nana's and my mom's life. It just gave me a sense of hope.
I'm so excited to watch her grow in her faith.
I've learned that I belong to God now.
I was given a death sentence, and I'm still here.
This was the hardest season for all of us, but I now know whose power flows through me.
And I know I can depend on him because in the end, he wins.